Oh, so much noise. Hello, fellow puzzlers. Oh my goodness. Okay. How much noise can one person make, huh? Oh, darn, and that screen's not turned around. Ay vey. Okay. Let's see if that works. Hopefully. All right, are we there? Am I there? Yep, okay. Well, welcome back. I had to, not that you guys would even know, I had to take a quick break just because the camera had no battery left. And yes, so I guess I'll have to buy a second battery and a second memory card. So, oh no, I'm sorry, the memory card was full, but the battery was only at 23%. So, you see my struggle. Anyway, let me continue. I really want to get this puzzle done, so I gotta get to it. So, let me see if this is gonna work. Okay, yep, okay. Pongo, can you just beep beep, please? Pongo, good boy. So, I think I'm going to try for the sky. So now I'm just going through and just picking up pieces that I believe match the sky or correlate to the sky. And, oh, that wind. It's funny, the greenhouse is warm, but I am going to have to move the position of my puzzle table eventually because I'm right in a window. So as you can tell, the puzzle box is, you know, not breaking, what's the word I'm trying to say? The puzzle box is not being able to stand where it wants because the wind's pushing it down, blah, 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 all that stuff. So yeah, not as much sky as I thought. Gosh, isn't it funny? Sometimes puzzles either have all kinds of sky or no sky. I don't really know if there's one in between. Okay, let's see. Perhaps this is why people don't do puzzles in a greenhouse. Okay, let's see what I've got going on. Okay, you go there somewhere, but you go like... That makes no sense, that does. It is kind of nicer doing the bigger pieces, I'm not going to lie to you. Pardon me, it feels like it's taken some of the pressure off. I don't know why, because a puzzle really should give you no pressure, right? Like a puzzle should just, it is an inanimate object, so it should just not stress you out. But as I said in one video, you know, I could certainly never do those puzzle competitions. Holy moly, I have no idea how people can do them. So if you do them, amazing. Like, I'm in awe of you. I think it's just so cool. So anyway, I think I'm going to be struggling with this though. The light has moved in such a direction that it is making it a little bit hard to see, but that is okay. That it just means I may not be as slick as I thought when I decided to puzzle out in the greenhouse. You know, it is what it is. There's not too much I can do about it. I've invested into this puzzle, and into this space, so I guess I'll just have to figure it out. And isn't that a good metaphor for life? You plan something and then someone laughs. I don't really know who's laughing, but you know, I'm sure someone's finding this very amusing that I have to start and stop puzzles so frequently, where it seems many of the other influencers that I follow online can, you know, get puzzles done that are like 10,000 pieces, 60,000 pieces. Wow. Can I just say, where's the camera at? Oh. Can I just say I am in such shock and awe to the influencers that can just do these puzzles. Like, it's, I promise you, I cannot, I someday hope to get there. And you know, it's going to take time because I think it's a confidence thing too. But yeah, I think it's really cool. And gosh, aren't some of those puzzles so beautiful? Like, wow. When you see it all put together, like, just wow. So, I know what I was going to say at one point. I don't think I got to say it because I think I keep getting cut off by lack of battery, lack of memory card, whatever. I those puzzle competitions, again, I am always in awe of those. But but the what I would think would be really cool, and I'm not joking, but I don't expect anyone to do this, so it's okay. I think it'd be really cool to, like, I don't know, maybe for the next puzzle competition. I think this would be kind of weird until you could see, because it's really cool. Basically, if you could get it down to 2 people, and I know this seems silly, but just stick with me, and get their brain, like, you know those sensors you see sometimes in Hollywood, like in movies or TV shows or whatever, and like you can see all their electrical activity in their brain and what it's doing. Oh man, like, wow, to see people do these puzzle competitions. You're doing a puzzle under stress because it's timed, and it's a competition. So I think it'd be really neat to see how their brain, like, what lights up and what doesn't, because wow, it's so cool. Like, I just think it's the coolest thing. Now, I don't expect anyone to do that. It's not a challenge. It's not a whatever you want the word to be. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it should be acknowledged that the people who do those types of competitions, I feel like they are on a whole other level, because it is, wow. It's cool. I really think it's cool. So, anyway, just a little shout out to all those people with their beautiful minds, because, wow, it's just, I can't take that kind of pressure. I mean, not now, maybe at some point in the future, like, well, I don't know what that sound was. Maybe at some point in the future, but certainly not right now. I think I would probably just crumble under the pressure. But gosh, that is just, anyway, I clearly, I could just go on and on and on about how cool I think stuff like that is. So nonetheless, let's try to get this puzzle done. So how's everybody's day? Oh my, it's funny, isn't it, in life? All the stuff. Oh well, it is what it is. But yes, I just, again, I think those puzzle competitions are so neat. Oh my gosh, they just, I'd love to know how their mind thinks, because, gosh, could you imagine those people, like, going into politics? I don't know. Would it be a good thing? Would it be a bad thing? Because clearly a puzzle person that can handle that kind of pressure and do that kind of stuff, I don't know. Like, anyway, nonetheless, before I get myself into trouble, I don't know why I would get into trouble saying that, but it seems sometimes that people really take stuff on the internet, like the influencer stuff. I don't mean like the government, websites, or the research websites or whatever, but I mean like the advice that's given on the internet by people like myself sometimes seems to be taken wildly serious. And so now I feel responsible to be very mindful of what advice I'm giving, because there has been some negative feedback. Whoa, that really hurt my feelings. I don't know. I just, there's constructive criticism, and then there's just, I don't know when I find that when you say something to someone, I think that you should be really mindful of what you're saying and how they'll take it. So certainly I have said things, that does not go. Certainly I have said things accidentally that I did not mean for it to come out like that. I just failed to express myself clearly. So I will take the feedback, as, you know, horrible as I felt about it. I will take the feedback and try to do better. Seriously, I'm trying every day to do better. It is hard though, I will tell you that. Whoa, it's hard. But you know, it is what it is. I gotta put my money where my mouth is. So clearly, you know, sometimes I'm gonna say stuff which, you know, obviously not everyone is gonna agree with, and like that's totally fine. You do have the right to your opinion, as do I. So, you know, sometimes I don't know. I just think everyone should just be mindful of what you're hearing. You know, just because you hear it, one, doesn't mean that that advice fits for your life, and two, you know, I don't know. The internet, it's a powerful thing. It holds so much information, but at the same time, no, Miggy, can you go lie down, buddy? I know, bud. Can you go lie down, though? Go lie down, please. You're going to hit the tripod. I know you are. Go lie down, please. Come on, Miggy. Go lie down, please. Come on. You're fine. The internet, like, it just wild. The control that I think the internet sometimes has on people's lives, and I know it appears hypocritical because I'm trying to make content for people to, you know, follow, perhaps use. I don't know, like, it's your life. But yeah, it's so, there we go. I was wondering where that went. It's just so interesting to me that, see, I got through high school with no internet, and I mean, there was internet, but gosh, it was like dial up. So it'd be like, I won't do the loud noise, but if you know that you know you're on their internet, and then it's like ee, and it's because someone's picked up the phone, because that's how things used to be, and you know, back in my day, you know. Anyway, I'm just saying, so I'm lucky. Oh gosh, I'm so lucky. I got through school without the internet, because as good as the internet is, you know, something that I think we should never, never, never forget is that it's also a great place for bullies to hide out. And I don't know, not a big fan of bullies, I can tell you that. So, I mean, really, who is? Like, who enjoys being bullied? Like, I can't think of anyone who would say, oh, yes, I do. Like, and it's certainly not a challenge. But I do think we all need to be incredibly mindful of the power that internet can have. And not only that, what am I trying to say here? Not only that, but as well, you know, how... Okay, let me put it like this then, since I can't seem to spit out that sentence. Wouldn't it be so interesting if every comment that you typed into someone's feed, or, you know, on someone's page or whatever, every comment that you've ever written on the internet, what if it said exactly who you were, it said where you're from, it said, you know, what you do for work. Like, it gave so much information about you. That's the only way that the internet, in my hypothetical world, would allow you to post content, or post comments, sorry. And so my question is, would you still say all of the same stuff that you've been saying? So I very much stand by what I say. But I understand that sometimes things that I talk about can be very difficult. Believe me, I appreciate that. Oh, there we go. I worked healthcare for a long time. I now have PTSD. I've had quite a few things in my life. I've had quite a few things in my life as, sorry, I thought I felt a bug, as setbacks and whatnot. So yes, I do feel like I have some knowledge of the things that I speak about. Otherwise, if I don't have the knowledge, then I usually say, hey, like, I'm not a mom, so, you know, blah, 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 or, you know, I don't know, I'm not a teacher, so I don't know. Gosh, I wish that fit together. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just saying, like, I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just like, can everyone just get along? Oh my geez. I know that's, I'd like to think that's possible, and I understand it may not be possible for everyone. I understand. I don't know. I keep saying I understand, but do I? I don't know. Oops, sorry, Miggy. Okay, let me pick another color. That's gonna, oh, so it is a bigger sky. It's just I'm looking at it wrong. Okay, let me pick the reds or pinks. I don't know what I see there. I know the guinea hens are back. It's funny, when I was inside, so it takes about, I find, about 40-ish minutes to charge up the camera, which, you know, is kind of annoying, but what are you going to do, right? It is what it is. Now, yes, I could buy another battery. Like, there's a ton of stuff I could do, but hey, they don't take Monopoly money and they don't take Canadian Tire money, so, you know, this kind of stuff adds up very quickly. So, all of that being said, you know, sometimes you got setbacks, and, well, I don't know, are they setbacks, or are they just maybe moments that, you know, you could see, perhaps you could see, can you, oh, I got so many different colors in there, can you rise above said setback, or will said setback make you lose your temper, you know, freak out, like all that stuff. So I don't know. Oh, that's definitely a flower. Okay, so, and I'm still figuring out the best position for stuff. You know, where should this go? Where should that go? That is definitely that, so that'll go there. But yeah, so, oops. Okay, let me see what I got going on over here. Nope. I just don't know with this piece here, where it's gonna end up. Anyway, what else can we talk about? I do have this feeling like I should be plugging the silence. So certainly I am going to be trying sooner than later to maybe film some content where I'm actually not talking. So maybe some people will be happy, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just making sure that, you know, it's hard. It's hard. Oh, there we go. It really is hard doing this type of stuff. I still really like it, but you're always trying to figure out, you know, is this okay? Is this? And you know, again, I know I've talked about another video, but it stands the test of time. Oprah, who I adore, had a masterclass video of herself, and she discussed how when she had her show, how it didn't matter who she interviewed. So if she interviewed, you know, sitting presidents, past presidents, if she interviewed someone like Beyonce, who else, you know, Barbara Streisand, it doesn't matter. Oprah said it didn't matter who she interviewed. They would do the interview, and then when it would go to commercial, Oprah said that you know, people would look at her and say, is that good? Like, is that what you wanted? So Oprah said, and I agree with her, that many times people just want to be seen and heard. So I think that really, that lesson just stands the test of time, because I mean, gosh, that's all I want. I just want to feel like I have a part. You know what I want? I just want to be able to have a part in my own life. And I'm not trying to play woe is me. But does anyone else ever feel sometimes like they have to What? Sometimes do you guys ever feel like you're getting in trouble for breathing? That's a hard one. That's a hard feeling to deal with. Because I think then you get into areas of paranoia, because you may think that what you're doing is okay, but if someone else, unfortunately, has convinced you otherwise, then that is really hard. And I'm just waiting for that wind to stop. That is really hard. And sorry, you're gonna see me jump a little bit if the wind happens in a way I'm not expecting it. I don't know how to say that any clearer. But yeah, it's hard. I think it's really hard to always feel. I don't know. I don't even know what the right word is. Like it's very hard to articulate, I find. So you know it. Let me look for more puzzle pieces. See if I can get this thought organized in my head. I do think that it's very hard to, I don't know. I don't know how to articulate that without making anyone upset. But it just seems like sometimes, unfortunately, you may encounter people in your life that get mad at you for almost everything. And sometimes it could be because of stuff you're doing, but if you then listen to their concerns, if you then, second step, feel that their concerns are valid, and you make every possible effort to change, and you don't always have to change, only if you want to, and they're still unsatisfied with how you are, that's hard. That's very hard, because then you begin to wonder what hoop. Okay, something I do say quite a bit is sometimes I've started to say recently to some people, you know, what hoop do I have to jump through to blah blah blah, because that's how it feels sometimes. I feel like, I don't know, like a dog sometimes, and I mean, I love dogs, so I'm not trying to put dogs down, but you know, sometimes it feels like, I don't know, like, you know, does anyone else ever feel like they really like themselves and they really like their life, but it seems that no one else likes them and no one else likes their life? Like their life, you know what I mean? Not their. Oh gosh, what a confusing sentence. So yeah, it's, you know, sometimes I think it's okay if you have to make hard decisions. Because yes, a decision that you make about removing someone from your life, listen, if someone gets mad at you for breathing, holy moly. And I know that seems quite dramatic, but like, have you never, and if you haven't, amazing, good for you. But if you've had people in your life that just, you can't, if you jump, when they say jump and you jump, and it's, you shouldn't have jumped even though they said to jump, and if you hadn't jumped, then they'd be mad that you didn't jump. Like if you get to a place in your life where nothing you do, it doesn't matter if you do one thing this way and then you do the next thing the other, and then you do it again but the other way, and you still get in trouble, it's okay if you have to make hard decisions. That's all I'm saying, because life is wickedly short. And probably if you're entertaining thoughts like that, in terms of, you know, maybe not hanging out with someone because they make you feel so badly about yourself, or they make you, in a sense, I hate the word crazy. Gosh, I hate that word. I just cannot think of the proper word that I'm trying to say. But you know how sometimes people will say, oh, you're being crazy. Okay, well, it goes from, to me, it goes from you're overreacting, you're being too sensitive, to eventually you're being crazy. Well, is the person being crazy, or are they correct? And the other person in their life that perhaps they want to get away from is, you know, I don't know, being manipulative. Because if you see someone and you're unhappy with how they act, okay, if it's appropriate, because it's not always appropriate, if it's appropriate and you need them to readjust how they act, let's say, I don't know, let's say that they, oh gosh, I don't know. I really don't know. I hate giving examples because then everybody lobs onto that. But I'm just saying, if you have someone in your life and you don't like the way they blah, 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 and it's appropriate for you to provide some constructive criticism, because criticism is very hard to hear unless heard constructively, and even that's very hard to hear. So if you make recommendations to them about what they could do to improve, you know, improve what they're doing, and also really improve your life, because then you wouldn't be stressed because they're trying to change and become better. And again, I already have made my thoughts clear on, you know, do people change or don't they? You can look at that on another video. But if you're not happy when they do all the things that you've asked them to do, then, you know, I find then it just becomes more so about you and not them. And additionally, what am I doing here? The chair. Okay, nice. And then additionally, there's also to me, the typical conversations, oh, well, you're being crazy, you're this, you're that. Well, for example, just talk about myself, because I'm not about to talk about other people. For example, just say I'm the person being accused of being crazy. Gosh, I hate that word. You know, well, am I being crazy, or is the other person perhaps, I don't know, being passive aggressive? That is a type of behavior I do not understand. I do try very hard to understand that type of behavior. I just don't get it, because it's like, am I overreacting, or are you just being passive aggressive? So I don't know how anyone else feels about that. By all means, if you like it and that's your style, well, then that's your style. But if you don't like it, then maybe this is a good sign that perhaps you should not be like that anymore. I don't know. I just know I don't like the passive aggressiveness. Anyway, so then eventually probably that conversation will lead into, well, you're being crazy, you're this. And then it's like, actually, no. The person who's being blamed for da-da-da-da-da, but can't do it right either way, but they're trying to do what you want, they're trying to change, they're trying to this. So if you can't even respect that fact, I don't know, I think you're kind of just setting the person up to fail, to be quite honest. Because, you know, if you say this and they actually follow through and they try and blah blah, I mean, whatever, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, whatever context you're kind of hearing that. But at the same time, you know, I think it would be nice if we could get away from telling people, you know, you're overreacting and whatnot, and instead just say, okay, I feel differently about this. May I ask, why do you feel this? And I don't know, is that a better way to go about it? I don't know, but perhaps, like, if that resonates with you, perhaps try it. Like, you know. Ooh.